Oh,
Of course. What's good, party people? This is According to Woods, and we've got a bonus episode, a bonus clip for you
bonus.
because we want to talk about. Oh, uh, Kelly Skittles Clayton was an underdog going into Friday's LFA fight with Hilly Cowan, and I mean, on the other side of it, I mean, everybody loves an underdog story. It's in many respects, we're all kind of collectively in this underdog story that is 2020. So, I mean, how did you feel that many people kind of had you kind of as a lamb to the slaughter to all hail Haley?
I know. I saw some of the conversations on the internet before the fight talking about because my last fight on Invicta was an exhibition. So technically, I'm not a 2-2 fighter. Technically, on paper, I'm a 1-2 fighter, one win, two losses, and then to bring me in and fight a 5-1 fighter. So there were some conversations on the internet or on social media saying that it was they're bringing me in to lose. I didn't have a chance. So I was really looking forward to proving people wrong on that one. But I didn't spend a lot of time looking at Haley though. I was really focused on my fight camp, so I kind of missed all of the hype. But afterwards, when I like my family, when I was talking to my family, they were like, "Oh my gosh, we watched this intro. They took like a good 10 minutes just introducing her. There's a full blown video interview. She's a two-time All-American in gymnastics, so she's very athletic. A lot of medals. Anyway, you know, they showed a highlight reel of all of her previous fights. Spent a long time introducing her, and then suddenly they're like, and her opponent Kelly Clayton, and that was it. I walked out to the cage. You know, it was that was watching it later, I was like, oh my gosh, like they didn't even care about me. There's they like LFA hardly mentioned me either. When they were promoting the fight, it was all Haley, all Haley. So I realized that afterwards, and it was a huge upset. I mean, people were upset.
Yeah, and
Won
you
that.
know, it's
So yeah. Anyway.
no. Here's the funny thing. If you, I mean, you watch the fight back. If you
I
go
had
into your
watched it.
walkout, right? There's actually somebody like trying on gloves, like somebody trying on gloves behind you, like stage right as you're
Oh
getting
my
the
god.
referee inspection. Like
Oh,
check it out. It's actually somebody getting fitted for gloves behind you. That's how. Like, and it was on camera. Like,
oh my gosh. I'll have to go back and look at that. I didn't even see that. I mean, they were rooting for her behind my back, and I was like, what is like okay. But
yeah,
yeah, it's a huge upset. I mean, they made such a big deal, for good reason. She's a 5-1 fighter. I mean, I had my mom scared to death, when that fight started. But I dominated the whole fight. Even when I was on my back in the first round, I was comfortable on my back.
yeah,
But
absolutely. And Jesse Velasquez says, it's always annoying, but it's cool when the underdog shows everyone that they're the big dog. And I mean, unlike the dog that you have in your lap, you are the big dog. And with many hype jobs, sometimes people with the not so great records are actually way better than the guys with the big undefeated records, fighting cats. So,
yeah,
and they care, Kelly. It's the best form of respect is when
thank
it's
you
earned.
so much. And Haley is so humble. I was really impressed with her, and she was very athletic and strong. I was, impressed coming up from a 125er. She's pretty strong for a bantamweight. And before the fight, we immediately locked eyes and we're smiling at each other. I wished her good luck. She wished me good luck back, and so she's super nice opponent. Kind of She was really nice. Bumped gloves. I think the immediately after the ref stopped the fight and I realized I won, I was celebrating. You could tell she was very upset. But afterwards, we ran into each other at the hotel, waiting for the elevator, and I looked at her, and I can imagine how much that must hurt being a 5-1 fighter, losing like that. So I was just like, I'm so sorry, and she's like, oh, you're okay, congratulations. She congratulated me and gave me a big hug. So very humble champion, and I don't think she's gonna quit. I exposed some things she needs to work on. But she's a nice gal. But anyway, yeah, it was and after the fight, someone actually said, "Thanks for ending that hype train." Because there wasn't very many people celebrating for me. It was very quiet. You see a lot of people walking into the cage with their heads down after I won that fight. Like I was the only one celebrating.
Well, I gotta ask, how did it feel? I mean, especially watching it back, and then did it make the victory a little bit sweeter that you were able to kind of prove the daughters wrong in the best way?
Yeah, after I watched the fight and watched the build up, and because I wasn't really paying attention to Haley. I was just trusting my coaches and going through my fight camp and staying focused. I wasn't getting into all of that on social media. It made it that much more sweet when I realized what I had done. So it made it that much better. But I was already really excited taking down a 5-1 fighter because people were looking at her as a UFC prospect. And then here's a 1-2 fighter, that maybe you should be looking at. So I was really happy to perform on that stage and show people that I've developed into a well-rounded fighter. So, my fights have been very different. My last 3 wins have been very different. So.
No, and
smart fighter.
Jesse,
way to.
You definitely made some plans out of that one,
Yeah.
Absolutely. And you said it made everything the victory so much sweeter. I mean, I think it's again apropos that it wasn't a decision win or anything like that. It was a finish. So that was, I mean, again, you almost put the world on its ear in many respects.
Yeah, and it's so much sweeter finishing fights, because a lot of I've gone to decision a lot, and I'm just done with that. So now that I'm more of a well-rounded fighter, now it's about, it's kind of a chess game, like I want to finish the fight. And I think that's how I'm going to approach all my upcoming fights, is finishing the fight. I'm done with going to the decision, and I'm glad I was able to do it again. Yeah. I'm just so happy.
Yeah, and making it that much sweeter, right? So you definitely, come Friday night, earned your bag of Skittles, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, and to beat a 5-1 fighter in a dominant fashion, nobody can argue that. I know nobody can argue that was by chance or unskilled or whatever. I got lucky. No, so yeah, that was all.
I love it. I absolutely love it. I mean, stories like this that I absolutely love. It makes me even more of a fan of the sport, even more of a fan of you. And again, we can't wait to see what happens with you in your next sojourn to the cage.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, and thank you guys for this bonus episode of According to Which. Clayton, and we are out.
Bye.